All right, let's go to, how about Christy, Savannah, Georgia, and she listens on Sirius XM Satellite Radio. Hi, Christy, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine today. Thank you for taking my call. I just want to call and encourage your listeners today. I will be 50 years old in January, and I had no relationship with my biological father growing up. I just knew my mother had gotten away from him. He was a horrible alcoholic and really mistreated us. But she took us away from him when I was 5 years old, and we lived in a different place. He never tried to get us, reach contact with us. We were basically abandoned by him. And at 33, I got my first phone call from him. He tracked me down.
How'd that feel?
And it was really interesting because prior to speaking with him, he had someone call me to make sure it was okay that we had a conversation and give me his phone number. So I actually called him, but he was just unsure of how I would respond. I think he was just really, like he would be. Anyway, so I called him, and the one and only conversation I had with him, I was so grateful to have and be able to prepare for, because I had been born again and was saved and teaching children's church and just really involved in studying my scriptures, and I had forgiven him. And talking with him, he told me, how sorry he was and how guilty he'd felt for never trying to get in contact with me and for being that person exactly whom my mother had described all those years. And I was able to share the gospel with him and say, I developed a relationship with my Heavenly Father in replacement of the one that I could have or should have had with you. And I'd like for you to take that guilt to the one you sinned against. You didn't sin against me.
And what was his response to that?
Crying, and you sound so wise and just emotional and just, falling apart, because he's held on to that guilt his entire life and was in and out of jail and just, but 2 weeks later, I got a phone call that he was in the hospital still. He had a blood clot. He wasn't going to make it, but that he had given his life to the Lord and received the gift of salvation just before his death and was baptized in the hospital.
Oh. Unbelievable. That is so fantastic. And let me tell you, the message I get from that is, if we, unlike you, if we hold on to the bitterness and resentment, we might miss an opportunity to be an influence on someone we're bitter and resentful toward. And what a great, great story here in June to be hearing this. I hope that it inspires some people to see if healing and transformation might be possible. Anything else you want to say?
No, I just want to encourage people the same way, and that forgiveness is so freeing. I got to live my whole life knowing I had forgiven a man who was just stumbling around in his sin. The same sin that I have. We all are sinners.
We are.
And, it's a great thing to live life freely and to be forgiving to others the way we're forgiven. So thank you for taking my call.
Well, thanks, Christy. I'm going to send you a Restoration Bible, just my way of saying thank you so much for telling us a story that's inspiring here in the month of Father's Day. 1-800-229-3000. 1-800-229-3000 to join us on the program. Dr. Alice Benton, Becky Brown, Steve Arterburn here. We'd love to talk to you.